already addressed, and we have already several systems to address this topic, to connect information and products, and also to use this connection and this digital deliverance of the information as a tool for the information flow between market participants. So that is what we address with the JTC in total, and we see this as as one of the biggest developments we have in the moment, because it represents a fundamental shift towards digital machine-readable product information and the interaction, changing the interaction of B2B, B2C, and B2 government. The B2 government thing, as I mentioned before, is also something like a lever we as industries and branches can use, because the mandatory information you have to deliver for a product, they will be delivered in the future in a digital way. And to build up such a system, it is absolute rational to do it not only for the mandatory information, to do it for all the interaction between the market participants. And so it is a catalyst for digitalization and automation in the global interconnected economy, for new business models and services, and obviously also a possible catalyst for questions of green transformation or transparency. But this is more a political issue. If you build up a system in IEC, it is more to address that it might be possible with it, but not that you have to do that. And one very important thing is, because we as standardization are a very main column of the quality infrastructure and declarance of conformity and quality, this thing is this idea of digital product passports and similar is a crucial instrument, at least for the future of the quality assurance and declaration, and so also for the standardization, representing the standards that which will be addressed. So we brought up the JTC because we have several developments, not only in ISO and IEC, but also in the world beyond. In several standardization organizations, also ITU addressed it to us with the JTC that they are working on this. And also the IEEE, W3C, and UNIC, for example. And we have in the IEC, ISO world several TCs and already approaches like the battery passport, machine passport, plant passport, or building resource passports, and so on, and the administration shell, which address a similar idea. And so we thought it is necessary to have a JTC where we are able to make framework standardization, interoperability standardization, to bring the information flow through the supply and value chain to a point where it is interoperable and compatible beyond the borders of sectors, systems, and also the use cases which you address, applications. And in the future, hopefully also the regions of the world, so that you can deliver with your digital product passport idea into the world. And that is also one of the main things that the JTC not addressing a system as a one-fits-all solution. It addressed a framework that several different systems or different solutions might be usable, because they are existing also already the systems in the sectors and the branches, and we have to set up on that what is exists. Otherwise, it will be too costful and not implementable in the future. So the JTC might be the new focus point for that. And ISO-IEC and a new work area also for ISO-IEC as total with the several TCs. Sebastian, perhaps Sebastian will now show you a little bit more about the work we thought and the ideas.
Yes, thank you, Benjamin. I will try to make it short, but there's a slide. So looking at the 4 pillars of the proposed new JTC, I will try to explain each with several examples for a better understanding of the meaning of these pillars. So if you look at the first pillar, information and collaboration network, as Benjamin explained before, there is, I wouldn't say the main focus, but one of the most important points to be a network and a place to be for all relevant TCs and external organizations to get in touch with each other and have exchange with the experts. So the exchange between all TCs in the ISO and IEC world, and of course of ISO and IEC over the border, and is a focus point here, and as well as a good and transparent communication to the outside world and bring as much information as allowed to all sectors. They address the DPP relevant activities so that they can new and maybe join these new technical committee. So they have a place where they can work together and achieve their jointly interests and objects. And it's foreseen to coordinate the work inside of the JTC. So it's, for example, should coordinate and facilitate the horizontal standards, sectoral requirements, and application-related topics to have a good work inside a new JTC. The standards for basic and of the DPP system and DPP ecosystem. As Benjamin said also before, this is, let's say, a special idea. The JTC will define necessary interface specifications and should ensure communication between the ecosystem and the DPP system. And that means it will not specify components of the ecosystem as long as they fall in the scope of existing TCs from ISO or IEC. And when we are talking about the ecosystem and the DPP system, we had in mind, as an example, to draft, publish, and maintain standards for terminology or for contribute to semantic content, dictionaries, and these things. The third one, so the standards for the framework of the DPP system with core components. This looks like equal to the European JTC 24. So in this area of work, we had in mind that there are some components, they need guidance, maybe standards, like unique identifiers, APIs for DPP systems, if you have in mind the access right management and these core parts of the DPP system. And the fourth one, the standards for the framework of DPP data and ecosystem. Their clear mission is to ensure that the DPP data and function could be smoothly throughout the DPP ecosystem work and is interoperable and has a good working compatibility to all interfaces. So there is the broader scope that it is not only acceptable to think about the core components of the DPP